All right, so this is something, before I like announce what it is, this is something I've wanted to do for like a long time. This was something I wanted to do like before I even quit the game. And there might be, like, I shared it with a very few people. And it just never came to fruition. I definitely think it's time to do this. It's something the game needs. And you know, this is why I'm ready to do it. I think this will add some excitement for myself as well. It's something that I plan on doing like almost weekly, maybe every 2 weeks. We'll decide on that very soon. But here we go. So introducing the next Guild Wars 2 competition. Very exciting stuff here, guys. I don't know if this is a name I'm going to settle on, but I'm calling it right now the Miss Fighting Championship. So think of it this way, right? UFC meets Guild Wars 2. So 1 versus 1 streamed weekly, but it's not just any like boring old 1v1 competition. So this is going to be broken up into divisions. So instead of like in the UFC and stuff like that, it'll be weight classes, right? Or boxing. It's going to be different classes. The divisions are going to be broken up by class. For example, elementalists in one class, thieves in one class, and then so pretty much what's going to happen is in each division, there's going to be a bunch of matchups made, or, you know, people can make their own matchups and stuff like that. And the 1v1s are going to happen, and we're going to have a leaderboard for each division. So there's going to be a ranking system for each division, and, you know, that's going to be the contenders to become the champion of each division. And then after the first 2 weeks, each division will have its rankings, and the top 2 contenders will fight for champ status. The contenders, like below them, will have to work their way up after that to reach, you know, number 1 contender spot and challenge the champions. So with the prizing and stuff like that, it is going to be funded by us, of course, and players are welcome to create their own wages. So let's say you have someone who, you know, you've got a rivalry with, and you want to 1v1 them on the big stage, and you guys want to put up big prizes like for the winner. Like the MFC, if that's what we're going to call it, I don't know, we will be the middleman, and you guys can fight on the big stage. So, you know, this is a place to settle some big beefs and stuff like that as well. So the matchups will be made weekly. Players will need to come to rule agreements. So example, if it's going to be in World vs World, it'll be in World vs, like if the 2 people agree, it's going to be in Armistice Bastion, we'll do it there. If it's going to be in PvP, we'll do it there. If there's like the rule agreements can be stuff like no Sally, what trait lines to play, you know, so we can actually make these matches exciting. So we want these to end. If they don't end, then it's going to have to come, like, we'll have a timer. I still haven't decided the fine details, how long the timer will be and stuff. But if it's a stalemate, it'll be like rounds in any, you know, combat sport, for example, like boxing or MMA. And the judges will decide who was the aggressor, who made the better decision making, that sort of thing. And we'll judge it based on rounds. But the matches will be consisting of, like, let's say 3 to 5 rounds. Maybe the championship will be 5 rounds. Just regular matches might be 3 rounds. Okay, so if a decision can't be made on rules, if there can't be an agreement where one person says, no, I want to play Sally, or one person says, no, I want to play Shadow Arts, and, you know, the other disagrees, then there will be a third party involved, and we will make the decision depending on what's more entertaining and what the viewers would like to watch more. Okay, so what I want to eventually do, because obviously, you know, mirror matchups and, you know, class versus class will show us who's the best of each class. Maybe, let's say once a month, I don't know, I haven't decided on this exactly, we can do cross-division fights. So this will almost be like the monthly, where we can see, I don't know, the champion of fucking Thief versus the champion of Warrior or something like that. Vice versa. We can have some big matchups. I want to sort of make this, like, I want to make a lot of hype around this. I want the individuals from, you know, who are participating, I want them to actually build up their own name, build up their own stream, get a lot of eyes on this. I want to make sure the broadcasting is very good. I've worked out ways to make this very good for the viewers, where we can move between different POVs, move between third person, first person, even in World vs World duels. So what we're going to do for that is, the World vs World based 1v1s require both parties to stream their gameplay via Discord. So they're going to be in a Discord channel together, and we can move between the different views. And, you know, that way, because if we're watching a World vs World duel, we won't be able to see the gameplay otherwise. So both people will be in a Discord channel streaming their views, so we can go back and forth between the third person, first person. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to make this really good. Trust me, this is going to be fucking awesome. And that's also to ensure that matchup rules are being followed as well. So, you know, if there's no certain gear or something like that in the rules, which, like we said, each duel will have different rules, then that's being followed. Okay, so are we allowed to scream? I don't know if I'm gonna have the mics unmuted. Maybe we'll have the mics unmuted, but and that'll add a little more excitement if the viewers can actually hear what's going on and you know, hear a bit of the trash talk and stuff like that. Anyway, to enter the competition, I'm gonna do a one-time registration fee. One time, guys. 100 Mystic Coins. That roughly is about 100 gold for each person who's entering the league, the fighting championship. After that one time, you're in the competition. You don't have to pay anything else, but that's sort of to fund the initial prize pools, and then I can get some, you know, community donations. I can pitch in some myself. I can talk to people like Guild MM, but I want to be on the casting table. I've spoken to Kiba about this in the past, and he was somewhat interested as well in being like my co-caster. But think of this, guys. We're gonna make the 1v1s that people want to see. If you know two people who've got rivalries, tell them, take it to Noody, let Noody cast the 1v1, let it be on MFC, and people can actually win prizes out of actually, you know, doing these duels, rather it being salty 1v1s and then, you know, no one wins after it. We can be the third person, the middleman to make this huge. And yeah, we've got a lot of stuff set up already for this. I've got instant replays set up so we can see big plays. I can instant replay them. It's exciting, guys. It's exciting. So we're gonna have we're gonna have rankings each week. The rankings are gonna be updated each class. Let's say Grimjack decides to join in. He makes it to champion status as Ali. We're gonna know who's the best at each class. I'm telling you right now. We're gonna put up the best players against the best players, and either each week or each fortnight, however frequently we decide to do this, it's going to be sick, man. It's going to be sick. Exon, I want to see you there, baby. I want to see you there. Caspi, I want to see you there. I want to see the best people there. Maybe I'll go in there. I'll do a show match myself against, I mean, there's a whole list of people. There's a whole list of people who want to get it from me. Maybe I'll go in there and I'll do a few matches myself. But we're going to make this professional, guys. We're going to cast this shit. Eventually, for the really big fights, maybe for the, you know, for the really big fights, we'll do like player interviews. We'll do the fucking, you know, the pre-fight interviews. We'll do the intros. We're gonna have the layout. Everything's gonna be sick. Everything is gonna be sick. Obviously, we want to reward our champions huge. So like anyone who makes it to number 1 in their division, I want to get massive prizes in there. You know what I mean? And we're gonna keep stats as well. Stats are gonna be kept. Things like, you know, wins versus loss records, all that sort of stuff. I'm gonna make sure we're putting this shit into a database, keeping track of everything, and you know, making this exciting. I want people to become familiar with these individuals who are actually in the competition. I want to make some in-game celebrities out of this shit, and we're gonna do promos, all that sort of stuff. You're planning on doing this all on NA? That's actually a good question. I thought about this earlier, Exon. Probably not. No. I wanna make this so everyone can get involved. I want to try keep as little barriers away as possible. The thing we're gonna have to keep in mind though is, I think if we're gonna do cross-region, players are gonna have to compromise to sometimes play on the other region. Because if there's a person in the Thief division, for example, who's Thief champion and they're on EU, and then the number 1 contender's NA, we're gonna have to do something like, you know, two matches on each region, 2 rounds on each region, and then the decider can be on, like, you know, if it goes to 2-2, the decider can be either coin flip or, I don't know, we'll use some metric to judge that. It's going to be some fun. It's going to be some fun. People can say, you know, every week on this day, they're going to be watching the Mist Fighting Championship or the Mist Dueling Championship. I don't know what I'm going to call it. I find the Mist Mist's a bit tacky, but I mean, it is what it is. But I'm going to make sure I get a good co-caster, or, you know, a few different co-casters, get them alongside me, and we'll make this really, really interesting. But guys, keep in mind, just like with MRGA, this is very, very dependent on the community. ANET will sponsor you. I don't know. I've not spoken to ANET about it. I would love for that to happen. Who knows if it will though. But yeah, let's just make sure if you're a good player, you're there. Like just uphold the integrity, keep the community alive. Doesn't matter if you're a good player capable of doing good fights. you've got nothing to lose by being there. You've only got things to gain. You're gonna be getting rewarded for doing duels. Multi-class stonks are up. Yeah, dude. And think about this, right? Think about this for anyone who watches like, you know, fucking UFC and stuff as well. Think about this, like, imagine when we get our first double champ, someone who's the champion of 2 different divisions. I'm gonna allow that as well. You can multi-class. So imagine someone becoming a champion in more than 1 division. Like that's bragging rights right there, right? If you can say, imagine saying you beat the best in multiple different divisions. You've beaten the best thief. You've beaten the best Ellie. You've beaten the best warrior, and you're on top of that fucking pedestal. Like you're on top of the rankings. Maybe I'll set up a website, or I'll set up a Discord with like live rankings as well. We'll have like a point system and stuff like that, and you know, we'll have a pound for pound list. Who the most dominant is across all different divisions. It's gonna be sick. Should be fun. But guys, spread the message. Spread the message to everyone. Everyone you know. Let's spread this message far and wide. I'm obviously going to be posting the highlight of this onto YouTube. So, you know, we can really build the base of this thing. So if you're willing to play, let me know. If you're willing to help be on the staff side of things, that's great as well. Just let me know. Get in contact with me, guys. That's that. True ego measuring competition.